Best
this
story
is the best. We save the best for last. Yeah. Missouri. Okay. We've covered Missouri a few times, but just to remind you, the big race we've been focused on there is the Senate race. On the Democratic side, you have Lucas Kunce, and you have this woman whose name I forget, but she's like a heiress, billionaire type, and very hard to say who's going to prevail ultimately in that primary. The Republican side, very interesting. You have two Erics who are contesting this, Eric Schmidt and Eric Greitens. There's another woman as well, but Trump weeks ago had said she's not MAGA enough or whatever he said, and I'm not endorsing her, and I think that has kind of hurt her chances in terms of pulling off the GOP nominations here. Greitens, you may recall, is the former governor of the state who had to resign in disgrace, not only over allegations that he blackmailed his mistress with naked photos that she did not want taken. Is that if this, you say anything about this, I'm going to release these. That's the allegations, which he denies. But there was also a corruption scandal that is actually, I think, the real reason he resigned, to sort of head off the investigation that Republicans, including Josh Hawley at the time, were sort of—
him and Hawley hate each other.
They hate each other, right. And Hawley backed the woman who Trump specifically did not endorse. Okay, since Greitens started running for Senate, his ex-wife has come out and also accused him in court proceedings of domestic abuse, which he also denies. So not the greatest potential candidate to put up in the fall. And in fact, Democrats are a little bit hopeful that if he was the nominee, they would have some outside chance of potentially winning the seat if they run a really effective campaign. Then you have Eric Schmidt, who has also, of course, been vying for Trump's endorsement and trying to signal he's MAGA as much as he can, and that he would not vote for Mitch McConnell as majority leader and all of this. So Trump puts out this missive at the last minute that's like, I'm going to endorse in the Missouri Senate
And we were like, wow, it's happening.
Yeah, like,
here we go.
This is crazy. And it had looked like before we were kind of like, I think he might go with Greitens, but then the polls were shifting in Schmidt's favor because there was a bunch of established money that came in to basically trash Greitens on the airwaves, and that seems to be effective. He had dropped in the polls significantly. So then we're like, oh, well, he's probably going to come in behind Schmidt because he wants the winner, right? So let's go ahead and put this up on the screen. You cannot believe this. Okay, I'm gonna read this whole thing, so leave this up here. He says, Missouri Senate endorsement. There is a big election in the great state of Missouri, and we must send a MAGA champion and true warrior to the U.S. Senate, someone who will fight for border security, election integrity, our military, great veterans, together with having a powerful toughness on crime and the border. We need a person who will not back down to the radical left lunatics who are destroying our country. I trust the great people of Missouri on this one to make up their own minds, much as they did when they gave me landslide victories in the 2016 and 2020 elections, and I'm therefore proud to announce that Eric, in all caps, has my complete and total endorsement. Again, both Schmidt and Greitens are named Eric.
So which Eric? Nobody knows.
So they go, both of them, shamelessly, Greitens first, and then Schmidt follows.
Right.
Claim the endorsement as their own.
They're like, I'm proud to be endorsed by President Trump. Which Eric? Is it all Erics? Shout out to Erics who are out there. This is a top 10
obviously just meant
Trump
to sort of cop out. Is it? I mean, it is an incredible troll. You have to give him credit for that.
Oh, it's hilarious. I mean, this is genuinely one of the funniest things he's ever done in politics. He's like, I am hereby endorsing Eric. And everybody's like, wait, which one? And then both Erics, because they have no shame, are like, no, guys, it's me. Apparently, there's actually another Eric who's on the ballot. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, like 7th or whatever. Oh, who's in the race. So we'll see what happens.
Producer James was like, because Greitens was the first out with the like, it's me, I'm endorsed, that he pulled a Buttigieg on this one, just like claiming the victory before anyone could deny it.
I'm the Eric. I'm the first person. Look, it's just totally ridiculous. It's also such a cowardly move by Trump. If you're gonna step in, then step in. And if you don't want, nobody forced you to. You don't have to endorse anyone.
It's just all
Why do it in the first place?
Messing with people. It's all a game to him. He really doesn't care. Like he
enjoys watching him dance. And that's really what this is. They're both gonna dance for him.
That's exactly right.
Neither will say a word, right? If they do win, they'll be like, and he'll even claim, be like, I endorse the guy. This is the Eric that I meant.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, look, it's been 12 hours since the statement came out and he hasn't clarified, which means it was an intentional move, which is just amazing, truly amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he says, I trust the people of Missouri to figure it out. That's why I'm endorsing Eric. So I guess, the other woman who, what's her name? Vicky Hartzler or something like that?
Yeah, Vicky Hartzler. He ruled her out I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I guess it's clear who he's not endorsing, but not totally clear who he is endorsing. So throws a little bit of a wrench into the whole situation going into Election Day. Again, Republican establishment figures have sort of, and with a lot of money, have coalesced behind not Eric Greitens because they see him as potentially vulnerable in the fall. Listen, it's still Missouri.
Right.
The national headwinds are what they are. It's a very red state at this point, even though not that long ago it really wasn't. I talked to Jason Kander about his new book. He came very close in that race against Hawley to defeating him, and that was not very long ago. Claire McCaskill obviously represented the state. You had a whole Carnahan dynasty of Democrats, but it has shifted dramatically to the right in the recent era, and so it still would be a really outside shot, even if it is Greitens that gets the nomination. But some classic Trump moves here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.